whatever role we have been given when we first come here, whatever we witness throughout our lives, we become so accustomed to sitting at that level of self-worth because we have taken this in from the people that we look up to as we grow up, especially in our younger foundational years. And this is not to put blame and point fingers on anybody, so please understand that I am not saying this so you can go, this is somebody else's fault. Because to walk through life with this mentality, it keeps you stuck in a victimization state of existing. You remain in this limited way of functioning throughout your world, never taking control of the steps you take forward in order to shift and transition into a higher timeline and invite better situations in general into your world. This is that universal mirror of energy that I speak about. It constantly reflects back to us. This is where we can only ever offer into the world how deeply we have met ourselves. The importance of getting to know yourself and be able to look back at the dynamics that took place for you when you were growing up, the behaviors and interactions that influenced your world, how they held themselves becomes how you hold yourself up until you can go back and see these patterns that have been playing out in your world consistently. Even though the faces change, the energies will always be the same. When you make peace with all of this and you understand it, you are able to release this from your world. Even though there is a almost emptiness, that you will come to this point of feeling like you've lost everything, basically. And this is it. A piece of you dies in these moments because that identity, that old you, no longer matches this deep self-awareness that you have come to understand. This is that blank slate that I speak about in many past videos that I have put out. This place of coming to square one, the starting ground of building a new foundational structure for yourself in a healthy manner. This is the beginning of the new you. You get to open up your eyes and see the beauty in this moment. This is the point where you are now standing on new territory. This place that you have never ever experienced before in your world is so exciting, because new doorways are going to open up to you now. If you can truly keep yourself away from those repeating cycles. And if it is you who's starting to feel, I don't want to live like this anymore, I would like to step differently now, the party that you were involved with that is stuck in that codependent toxic cycle that has become so familiar to them, they will try to hold on and pull you back in. And this is where that crossroad hits for you. Are you going to get pulled back into it because of the feelings, that attachment, that bond that you have formed with them? It may stay there forever, but understand that you can hold them in a good place within your heart and still release them when you can find that strength within yourself to close out those cycles and keep stepping forward to things that you have never experienced before. You actually serve a beautiful purpose for that other party too, because it allows them that same right to see themselves and choose something better for them as well. Oftentimes when there has been toxicity, people that are wounded and unhealed that come together, life will keep throwing out this uncomfortable, unsatisfying experience until you are ready to wake up and choose better for yourself. Forgive the past. Forgive everything that has taken place for you where there has been hurt and pain brought into your world from another person, and understand that you have been feeding that dynamic the whole time and completely unaware to yourself as well. Instead, you just sit there going, why me? This is that victimization state of existing where you are not holding yourself accountable for allowing certain dynamics to keep playing out for you. You must own this part of you. You must stop blaming others in order to shift into a higher timeline. The blame game gets you nowhere. It keeps you stuck, and every new face that comes in, you will do the same thing. You'll end up in the same patterns again, placing titles on the other person, pointing out all their codependent flaws within their character. You fail to see that you are stuck in that same dynamic just as they are. This is that delusion that people form about themselves, that they are so innocent walking through life and, oh, poor me, I've done nothing to deserve this. Well, if you've done nothing to deserve this, what are you doing putting yourself into these cycles and remaining stuck in them? This may sound harsh for people to hear, but you are choosing this for yourself. There is no other two ways about it. This is truth. Because if you want better for yourself, you must step differently to how you've ever stepped before. You must walk that road of self-discovery, looking at yourself and understanding why you do what you do, why you tolerate what you do. If you cannot look deeper at your whole life experience, you don't blame people. They are not to blame, because they have witnessed that same cycle throughout their existence as well. This is that programming, that generational conditioning of the human mind. We are sponges to the energies that we open up our eyes into. It becomes our frequency where we sit. Everything is energy. This concept, it takes away the heartache. It takes away the heaviness of, you know, that difficulty in being able to move on from things that are unsatisfying to you. This is why I put it out there, because the world is functioning from such a distorted way of existing. Many people are suffering internally because of their mental attachment to patterns and cycles that have been playing out for them, things that have been imprinted upon them to view their world the way they do, to view relationships the way they do. It is learnt behavior, and it keeps going deeper and deeper, these layers into this self-discovery. It is so complex. But this is the way to how you step forward into something healthy for yourself. When we keep repeating the same thing and keep doing that whinging in our mind of the life we are living, you cannot break away from it. If you remain there, you stop whinging, you start looking at yourself, you start understanding that you are feeding that toxicity in another human being by remaining within that situation. So to own this part of you is to free them as well. You free them by releasing this and moving on to better things. Wish them well, wish them peace. Hope that they find a better pathway for themselves to transition into this eye-opening awareness, this self-awareness that you have come to. It is a blessing to be able to release things that don't serve you. It is not coming from a place of having a hard and bitter heart when you do this in the way I am explaining here. This is the place of true forgiveness for everything and everyone who has ever stepped in a way that has brought you uncomfort within your life experience. You are not perfect. None of us are. We all have hurt somebody along our journeys, even if it's unintentional. Some people, they do it from a bitter, wounded place very intentionally, but even for them, have compassion for them, because they were that tainted and distorted within their perception of this world, of their interactions with others, that this is how they project out of them. It is not up to you to save anybody. It is up to you to better yourself and become an example to anybody who is ready and receptive to stepping better for themselves as well. You just need to be authentically you. You just need to want growth. That is it. Step forward toward where that positive growth can enter your world, and you will shift yourself naturally. And anybody who comes into your life and tries to hold you back from walking that better path, you will see it. I step into things with an open heart. I will give of myself the most authentic me that I have met within myself at this point in time, at that point in time. And if I am met with things that make me uncomfortable, I determine my steps based off of that. If it feels good, I keep going down that track. If it triggers something within me that I have met before that is of that codependent cycle, I now know I've taught myself to step away from that, to close things out, because life goes so fast. You get to this place of realizing that life is truly up to us to shape and mold it how we wish it to go by the energies we allow in. When you understand this deeply, you will no longer sabotage yourself to repeating these unsatisfying, unhappy dynamics that have taken place for you. Even if you must step away very slowly, baby steps, those tiny little steps of progression, that is enough to shift your world. Over time, you will look back at your life and go, wow, I have come so far. I used to be there. Look at where I am now. You won't even be able to identify with the person you were before, even though you will have those memories run through you of those emotions that were so unsatisfying. It won't hit you with a heaviness anymore because you find peace. Peace in the release, in the surrender, and then stepping forward into the uncomfort of the unknown. What is ahead, it does not matter. So long as you know that you have every tool within you that is going to enable you to keep stepping forward. No one can come in and hold you back anymore. You won't be resentful of people who do come in and try to grab on and pull you back. You will release it with so much surety within you, and this is your true strength when it comes from a place of love. Love does not mean you are needing of anybody. Real love is being receptive to the good and the not so good. This is what it means to love. It is allowing it all to come into play for you and then making your steps according to the energies you are reading when you are presented with that. Trust in yourself. If you have been on a pathway of self-discovery and you've come to so many points of self-realization, these moments of awakening to another layer of who you are, step forward with full confidence in yourself and the abilities you carry within you to keep growing in a positive way. Display positive growth into the world around you by living by that example. If you can see these kind of dynamics, where they have stemmed from, be proud of yourself, because you, my friend, have woken up to a new part of you, a deeper understanding of what it means to exist as a spiritual being, having a human experience. Because this is it. When you can see the bigger picture of it and become the watcher of your life, you are mastering your life. When you can take control, holding yourself completely accountable for every single step you take, you are free. And this is why I put it out there. I hope this helps somebody. I really do. And for all of you who take the time to watch my videos and subscribe to my channel, thank you so much. Whoever it's meant to reach, I trust that it will find the right people. Learn yourself and grow yourself. Never stop moving forward, no matter what you are presented with. Trust in your ability to close out the things that are unsatisfying within your world. Things only get better from here. Your heart will always show you the right way to step.